speaking words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. And when Mother Mary comes to me with these words, there will be an answer. Let it be, yeah. Let it be. Do 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 do. We're not going down that way. Police. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Those days are over. They were just blocking the whole street. What are you gonna do? Go behind them? What's that gonna do? You know, maybe if he or she, if he had a parking spot, I guess he would have parked in there. But they're the police. They're above the law. Or they are the law. They're not actually above the law. Already we're starting off with some rubbish, but we want to get to some good stuff. But for that, we have to, sometimes get the thoughts going. They're probably not always going to be right at first, or second, or third. But eventually, we hit something. Just like, how, like if somebody says something. Let's just say somebody says, football will never be like it was. Like, that was football. Like somebody had like an old football video up there. Or, listening to Let It Be, it'll never be like it was, like, when you first heard it a few times. Or maybe so, maybe it's the same as it was yesterday or the day before or 10 years ago or 30 years ago. Anyways, you're probably police over here too. There will be an answer. It's raining, I can't go out, so what's the point of even like looking for a locale or a location? But alright, here's the deal. Our assessment, I know that's what you're all tuned in for, especially Johnny Fever, Crispo, and anybody else. I'm not going to mention any names. We want you here. Again, it's not a show, it's just Facebook. It's just Facebook. It's just this is how I do it. I don't know how else to do it. I don't like writing. I think it's nonsense. I mean, I'm not a writer. I'm a philosopher, analyst, commentator. Or do we have music? There will be an answer. Radio time. Alright, here he comes. I don't know about like recording like when you get pulled over, but I don't know, for some reason this guy, it hasn't never happened as of yet. But I don't know, as soon as I went by him, he was just, I don't know, maybe it's perception. It's perception. But again, I'm holding a show here, I'm doing a show. I know everybody wants me to get to my assessment of the law and order. And well, first off, it was very credible, and I think he should withdraw. I think there will be lots of problems. I think they want to call for a voting already tomorrow at 9:30. I think their best move right now, because we are in the era of the Me Too movement, and it is all about public opinion. perception, public opinion. And then, the underlining thing of the Supreme Court judge, we all know how important that is. And Lindsey Graham exploded. He's saying, he's explaining the reasons why that they're doing this. And who knows? There will be an answer. It's like we opened up with the Beatles. We had the police all over the place here this morning. It's raining. It's a rainy day, the end of September, and what I was supposed to do here is have a little bit of assessment of the month and what tomorrow can be. How could we? It's like that Chicago song. How could we? Or anything. How could? We're going to Chicago now. But yes, I'm not going to take it back. I think for me, I'm not the best decision maker there is. I take chances. Usually go with some gut feeling. I just go by the information I get, and what it's telling me is the best thing right now. Right now this is my decision on Trump's side, the Republican. It's the Trump party now. It's not the Republican Party. As of right now, it's the Trump Party. That's what it is right now. The Republican Party got taken over by Trump, and the Democrat Party, I don't know. They're just in resistant mode, and again, it's important for them to get the Supreme Court because everything goes through the Supreme Court, and the whole thing, here with the years with Obama. I just wasn't seeing it. I understand. It's important to get a lot of these rights and all this kind of stuff. But there was other things that I just weren't seeing happen. Just going by the intel, going by the information. The reason why someone like Trump would win. I know that's just. Again, I have crazy decision making, and I also have crazy logic. It's pretty weird kind of, thing. I don't know, it's just a weird, but, I'm honest. Maybe it comes from, when I used to gamble. I don't know, maybe I couldn't get rid of that. I would just, because I made a lot of lucky bets. So I guess I use that same logic when I'm doing assessments like this, like a show like this. Right, let's get back.
This is Red Eye Radio. All across America, 86690 Red Eye. He's Eric Curley, and I'm Gary McNamara. Welcome and good morning. Babe, I love you.
Well,
I'm not questioning that Dr. Ford may have been sexually assaulted.
There we go.
By some person in.
What I feel as though she has been through a traumatic experience. Definitely. She has all the signs and everything that she has been through a traumatic experience. And although, there probably won't be any kind of persecution if somebody is lying, but at this point, somebody's not telling the truth because Christina Ford, I don't know, I forget the middle name, but she said, emphatically, 100%, no doubt about it, it was Brett Kavanaugh. She remembers Brett Kavanaugh's face. She knows that. And this morning, Don Lemon was like, Brett Kavanaugh is going, it can't be Brett Kavanaugh because, Brett keeps on saying he's a flower boy. I did a lot of sacrificing. I got an affidavit from, what's his name? Judge, maybe Mark Judge. I have this, I have that. Now, this is not supposed to happen to me. I'm supposed to be privileged, this and that. And, yes. So, he's saying, no, he didn't do it. And that's why my assessment here is, well, let's just take them off. You know, I mean, I think it would help. Again, this is my assessment from the Republican point of view. I think it'll get a lot of people out because they'll feel as though, you know, they were like hijacked over a Supreme Court nominee. And then again, on the other side, you have the Me Too movement. You know, it's a counter. You know, it really, you know, I mean, I don't want to comment on it too much, but I know, you know, down the road, I mean, for the people who can't afford lawyers, for the people who are at the bottom, or whatever, you know, at the top, there's going to be a lot of problems. There's going to be a lot of problems if this is, I mean, because there's going to be a lot of things, a lot of cases there where, let's see what he's got to say. There's going to be a lot of things where it's just going to be anybody, you know, anybody can pretty much do it. I mean, you gotta look at, I mean, well, like you're designing a car, you're designing a building, you're designing a new instrument, you're designing a house, you know, whatever you're doing, like, you know, designing something that the people, you know, people are going to use, a product, you know, you got to test it out. You got to test it out. And you got to realize, you know, there's going to be a lot of mistakes. But getting back to my one friend, he's like, you know, I mean, there was no mistakes in, like, when we grew up, when we watched a football game, you know. I mean, even though they didn't have, like, the best helmets and the best uniforms and all that kind of stuff, it was just something to it, like, you know, it was like a, you know, don't say a man sport. I don't, well, I mean, there was a spirit in it. It was like, you know, these men get out there and they just play in all kind of inclement weather and just, you know, it's raining or whatever. And they schedule it, like, you know, for, you know, the end, you know, the beginning of the fall. Then, you know, October, November, December. You know, by the time December comes, you know, you're, you know, in those games where it's snowing. Anyway, we'll be right back with the closer.